Welcome to this installation video for Nordic Steel Gutters. Today represented by Jan, who's going to go through the basic steps of installing this fantastic gutter system. You start by marking the location of your downspout, and from there on you continue with the hangers that are typically set up at 2-foot increments or 24 inches. You start by installing the lowest hanger, that is the hanger that is immediately prior to your downspout, and then you move on to installing the highest hanger. Once your lowest and your highest hanger are in place, you run a chalk line like we do here in the video, or you can run a string line and keep that in place, or you use your level and mark it out. Just make sure that you have a slope from the high hanger to the low hanger towards your downspout. When you get to your last hanger, you make sure that that hanger sits slightly higher than the lowest hanger. This to avoid having standing water at the end of the system. Once the hangers are installed, it's time to add the gutter. Jan is working at a warehouse facility to make the different steps easy to show you. You typically want to have the gutter run out about an inch over the eave, and that's to catch the last water that drips off the edge of your shingles. Then you either transfer the measurement from the fascia board to the gutter where you have your outlet, or you simply measure from the edge to the mark that you made on the wall or your siding. Time to make the hole in the gutter for the outlet. You need a few basic tools: measuring tape, pencil, hammer, pliers, and pin snips, and of course your outlet. Start by marking out on the gutter where you want to place the outlet. Use the outlet as a template, put it over on the gutter, and snap it in place. Once the outlet is snapped in place, you take your pencil and mark the outline of the outlet onto the gutter. This will be the outer line, and you want to cut a hole that is roughly 1 inch on the inside of this line. Start by making a hole using a hacksaw or something similar. If you have a chop saw or miter saw, that works fine as well. Just something to begin the hole with. And then in this installation, you will see Jan, he continues to use his tin snips to just punch down the metal and start cutting the hole out. To make the hole in the gutter for the outlet, you can simply use a pair of pin snips. Jan's using both his left and rights in this segment. And note also that he's cutting the gutter both on the back side and the front side all the way up. This to give the gutter more flexibility at the lowest point over the outlet, right where you need it. This is an important step, so don't forget that. To get the water to flow freely out of the system, you want to make a small drip edge. Either use your hammer or use your pliers to do this. Once that is done, you take your outlet, put it back on the gutter, press down firmly on the gutter into the outlet, and then bend down the tab on the backside, locking the outlet in place. Now you're ready for installing this into the hangers. Place the gutter back into the hangers, backside first, and then simply push the bead over and into place. It takes a little bit of effort, and you can really feel how the gutter snaps into place into these hangers. The end cap is universal and can be installed simply by slapping it on firmly with your hand or using a rubber mallet. There's no need for caulk or rivets. Normally you do this whilst the gutter is on the ground. In this video, Jan is showing that you can also put it on when the gutter is already installed. Depending upon the type of hanger you use, sometimes this is an easier option. To start the downspout installation, begin with putting one of the elbows on the outlet, whilst you're holding the other one about an inch off of the siding. Measure the distance between the two elbows and add 4 inches to that. Now that piece can be cut from the bottom part of the downspout, which is already pre-shrunk, or from a specific piece that is called a bridge. Once you have done that, you put the two elbows and the bridge piece together and put them back on the outlet and hold them up against the wall. Measure 2 inches above the bottom of the elbow, that is the top part of your downspout. Measure 6 inches below that elbow, that is where you want to place the downspout bracket. And depending upon what solution you have at the bottom, You adjust that downspout bracket accordingly. Once your downspout brackets are in place, take your downspout and the elbows and first install them over the outlet and then push them into the downspout brackets. The downspout bracket closes in 2 steps. First, you move the bracket sideways to the first half close position, and then you press hard in and sideways to close it to the second position. Now they grip really tight on the downspout, but they can easily be opened by taking a screwdriver on a key and inserting that into the slight openings and wedging it open.